Hello fashion lovers, welcome to another tutorial. So we're going to be learning how to make a pleated palazzo pant, and this is going to be a very quick tutorial. From the top of my fabric I measured my starting line, and from there I'm going to measure my crouch line. We're going to be needing only our crouch line for this tutorial. So to get your crouch line, you're going to divide your hip measurement by 4 and you can add 1 inch, but I added 1.5 for ease. So I'm just going to mark that and I'll connect with a straight line. The reason why I added 1.5 for ease is because after pleating on the waistline, you get a kind of fold in the middle. So just for ease, you can add that. So what I'm doing is my hip circumference plus 6 inches. So I marked my hip circumference plus 6 inches. My hip circumference divided by 4, then I added 6 inches. That's what I'm saying. Then for the other line, I came in by 2 inches. That's for the curve. So that place where we have the curve is just 2 inches. So depending on how big you want this pant to be, you can add as much allowance as you want. On the hip line, I came in by 1 inch. I just want to connect it to the hip measurement, to the crouch measurement as shown, so we can have that hip shape by the side. So from the top of my fabric, I'm going to take the full length of my pant, which is 37 inches, but I added 2 inches for sewing allowance. And I will just be connecting it to the crouch line as shown. On the waistline, I'm going to come down by 1 inch and I will slant it to the edge. This is to eliminate bulging because we're going to be adding band to this pant. After making this slant as shown, I'm just going to cut this out. The name of the fabric I'm using is called a lightweight crepe fabric. So on my waistline for the back part, I'm going to add 1.5 inches because of our butt. On the crouch line, I'm just going to add ½ inch. I'm not adding any allowance to the legs. So on the crouch curve there, I'm just going to add ½ inch as shown. The reason I did not add any other allowance to the pant is because we are using our hip measurement divided by 4 plus 6 inches. So we have enough allowance to accommodate our backside. But if you want to add, you can add depending on how free you want this pant to be. This pant was very free on me. So here I'm just connecting this slant to the waistline, and also I'll just mark out the hip line. We're not needing any pattern for this pant. We're just using our free hand, so you can just use your free hand to draft this. So here, this is how wide this pant is very wide. So I used 2 yards to make this pant. If you want something bigger, something fuller, you can use 2.5 yards or 3 yards depending on what you want. After cutting, I'm just going to mark out my back pant. So here is my back pant. I'll take it to my sewing machine and I'll close the crouch line. This is the front part of our pant. I'll mark it out and I'll also close the crouch line. So after closing the crouch line, this is what my pant is looking like. So here's my front part. Now we're going to be adding our pleat. For the pleat, you can decide to play around and make it as you want. So just pleat the front part of your pant. You can decide to use this method or just pleat it anyhow you want to pleat it. And when you're done, you should have your waist measurement divide by 2. You know this pant is 2, the back and the front. So the front part, after pleating, you take your exact waist measurement plus 1 inch allowance by the side, because you're going to be closing the side of the pant. So make your pleat the way you want it to be. If you want to use this method that I'm using, fine. But however you make the pleat, make sure you have your waist measurement divide by 2 on each side of the pant, the front part, the back part. Make sure you have your waist measurements plus 1 inch stitching allowance to close the side of the pant. After I was done pleating and holding it down, I'm going to sew this. The front and the back, I already made tiny stitches on the front and the back part, and this is what it is looking like. Now I'll move ahead to closing the crouch. So I'm going to use my pin to hold this in place, and I'm going to close from one end of the legs to the other leg. I'm going to be closing this, and also I'll fold the bottom part of my pants. I will also go ahead to close the side of this pant as well. Now after closing the side, I left a few inches for my zipper, because I'll be adding zipper to the side of this pant, and I was cutting the band for this pant. I did not know my camera stopped recording because of storage, so I could not record the zip part and the band part. But just go ahead to add your zipper to the side of the pant and add your band, and that will be all for this tutorial. I hope you find this helpful. Thank you so much for watching. I'll be seeing you in my next one. Bye.